This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Review. What I'm talking about today is the 13th episode of Love, Death, and Robots called, aptly enough, Lucky 13. Though before I begin, I want to thank Chris, a new subscriber to the channel, as well as someone who gave me some constructive input. I appreciate it. Thanks, man. You rock. In any case, Lucky 13, which stars Samira Wiley, and I'll get back to her starring because it's important, is an episode that revolves around a fighter craft. It's more of a troop carrier called Lucky 13, which has not only is it number 13, all the numbers of its call letters number 13. So it's not only numbered unlucky, 2 prior crews have died in this craft. Why anyone deals with this, I have no idea. But in any case, a new person is on the base and she's given Lucky 13. That's played by Samira Wiley. And I mentioned her earlier, and that was because the CGI character is modeled after her. Now, answer me this. Why couldn't you use her face on a CGI body? I ask that because every time you see her CGI character, it looks not very good. Not only Uncanny Valley not good, just not good. It looks very odd. And since the CGI character was modeled after Wiley, why not just use her actual face, her real face, which would have made this, I think at any rate, a much more effective episode. In any case, this aircraft has had deaths associated with it and also has a lucky number traditionally, 13. But she takes it on missions, she does really well, and eventually the craft is blown up in the story. But in any case, what bothers me about this is, besides the wonky CGI, is that there's scenes where you see the view from the aircraft, and the aircraft is watching her, or it's watching someone else. And this bugs me because it implies to me that the writers of this story didn't have, I should say the adapters of this story, because it was based on the original story, didn't have enough faith in viewers to not do that. Because it creates the impression that this craft has some sort of AI and it's watching people and it knows what's going on around it. Which, if that were the case, then why would you junk this? In the episode, they talk about this craft as it were crap. It's obviously older than newer craft, to be sure. But if it has AI running it, this thing is clearly learning and lethal and something you would want to keep. But the story doesn't work on that assumption. I assume the craft actually does not have AI. In which case, why is it watching through its whatever it serves for optical viewing on this craft? Why is it watching her? This doesn't make sense, and it actually undermines the story a little bit. If they could have perhaps showed her in a reflection of a mirror or something, implying the craft is watching her. But no, they actually show the craft watching her throughout the episode, which makes it really confusing. The airplane becomes an entity in and of itself. I should say fighter craft becomes an entity in and of itself, which doesn't make sense. The combat scenes are really good because it's vehicles fighting, which always looks good in CGI, frankly. But whenever you come to humans in CGI, it looks weird. And it looks particularly weird here. Lucky 13 is overall not a bad episode. It's not terrible by any stretch. But the writing is confusing, and it dives into the Uncanny Valley, man. And it just hangs out there for way too long, which undermines the episode just a bit. This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Review. Peace.